Hello, this is Nia with the Rainbow Cauldron, and wow, it's been such a long time since I've done these weekly and daily videos. My family is settled here in New Hampshire. It was a really long road trip, and wow, it was so long, and it feels good to finally be settled and in a comfortable place now, and I'm excited to start doing readings more often. So today I'm doing the weekly general reading for August 31st through September 6th. And okay, so the three decks that I'm using this week are the Gita deck, which is what I've been using for the weekly readings. The Gita deck is not a tarot or oracle deck. It's a inspirational card deck from each card has a verse from the Bhagavad Gita, and so of course, since it's from a religious text, there's a little bit of a religious connotation to them. But I try to read them with as little of the religion part as possible, and more of a general reading that might connect to more people. And for the daily readings, I use the Druid Animal Oracle deck, and I really wanted to get the Druid Plant Oracle deck to add into the to switch out a little bit for the daily readings, but apparently the Druid Plant Oracle is out of print, and so it's almost impossible trying to get a deck. And it's either super expensive. I lost an eBay bid that I was trying to get a deck. But so I'm pretty sad about it. Hopefully they'll come out with the plant deck again, and I'll snag it as soon as they do. But I did get the an Ogham set, oracle set that I may use for the same purpose. I may switch out and use the Ogham deck instead of this every once in a while. And this week, for our tarot deck, I am using the Faery Wicca Tarot, and this is probably one of my first decks, and there's a lot of things I really love about this deck, but over time I've found myself not using it as much because there are a few things that I don't like with the deck, and I find that I have to really be called to use this deck. There's got to be some sort of pull that I'm feeling to use this deck, and I sort of felt it this week, and I thought, I haven't been using this deck very much. Let's use it for this week's readings, and sometimes that's what you got to do to sort of reconnect with a deck. Alright, so let me get these out of the way, and we can start this week's reading. Okay, so the first card that I put down will be from the Gita deck, and it will really just be the inspiration for this week, something to think about, something to meditate on, maybe, that sort of energy. And the three cards down here will be from the tarot deck, Faery Wicca Tarot, and it's not representing any order, but the general flow of energies that we'll be seeing this week. And sometimes those energies might go back and forth. That's why I don't designate this is the beginning of week, middle, end of week. It's really just the flow of energy that may go back and forth. Okay, so the first card is Sense Control. Okay, and this is, let me adjust the lighting just a little bit here so we can read what is on here. Alright, well, close enough. Okay, so this is from chapter 2, verse 58 of the Bhagavad Gita, and it reads, "One who is able to withdraw the senses from their objects, like a tortoise drawing its limbs within its shell, is firmly established in wisdom." Okay, so what this is really talking about, it's talking about focusing our energies inside ourselves instead of allowing negative energies and temptations and emotions to get to you. Blocking off those negative things from getting inside your shell. You know, with that analogy with the tortoise, drawing within and really protecting oneself. The tortoise doesn't want to let any of those negative energies come into his shell, and that's really what this is talking about. Not succumbing to negative energies, not letting those temptations get inside our shell, not breaking us and sort of coming into us. We want to block off a lot of negative energies and temptations, negative emotions, that sort of feeling. Okay. In the 3 cards down below, we have the 7 of Ishka, and I just want to say with this deck, one of the things I love about this deck is that it's very Celtic, specifically Irish, and they use a lot of Irish Gaelic in it, which I love. And Ishka means water. Each suit, cups, wands, pentacles, and swords, they use the element for that, which is water for cups, fire for wands, earth for pentacles, and air for swords. But they put those elements in Irish Gaelic, and so we have the 7 of Ishka, 7 of water, right here. And the next card is the Seeker, which is the Fool, and the major arcana cards as well as the court cards have the name of the mythological being or god or goddess that the card is depicting. And this card, this particular deity or mythological being, I am not familiar with, so I do not know the story that's connected with this particular being. I can only guess at the pronunciation here, and I would say that's Cardor, like Cardor. No, but yeah. So that's it's basically the Fool in traditional decks. And finally, we have the Ardri of Ar, and that's Ardri is king, so it's basically the King of Swords. Ar means air, and this is Nuwara of the Silver Hand. So there we go. Okay. So, as I said, starting off, we have this advice to block yourself from negative energies, negative emotions, and we're seeing that shown here in the 7 of Ishka. Here, we're seeing it's really interesting here. It's, we see this, we're following this road of desires and hopes. You see these golden cauldrons, I guess you could say, or something like that. They're three spoked here, so I would say cauldrons, golden cauldrons, and following these, which is really, this is representing sort of an instant gratification, instant rewards, but the big picture here, the is leading to a mirage, leading to a castle that isn't really there. And so this road of easy travels, this straight road that has what seems to be easiness and quick short-term satisfaction is leading to something that's not giving us long-term success and happiness. And I think that temptation word that I said with here is really coming through in this card. Not to follow that tempting, easy road, but to really keep a bigger picture sort of outlook. And then we move on to the Seeker, and here in the Seeker, we're seeing this sense of traveling our own path, using intuition and your own independence, and sort of doing things your own way. But one thing I noticed with this card is we see all these the little people down here, and this being, this three-faced being who's looking in all directions except in this direction, so not seeing these people. It's sort of a warning to pay attention to that path that you're going on, this independent path, and doing things your own way, but make sure that the path that you're going on is not hurting others, is not that your way isn't hurting others. And also with this card, I really noticed this road again, and I think this is a theme that is common in this deck. You really see paths, a lot of paths. Right here we see this path going here. Here we see three paths going that way, and then this windy path that's leading to a very real structure. Here in this card we're seeing this mirage, and here we see something that is very real, and stones really represent stability, and we're seeing that stability here. So this windy, difficult, not straight road that has little nourishment on it is leading to the final outcome is something that's much more stable and real than that path that had the quick and easy short-term happiness, but not the long-term happiness. Here we're seeing a more difficult road, but a long-term success. All right, and the final card is shifting a little bit of energy here. Right here we're seeing a lot of independence, but here we're seeing a lot of authority. With the Ardriavar, or the King of Swords, he's ruling with an iron fist. And yes, I know it's the Nuada of the silver hand, so it's a silver, but that analogy of the iron fist. We're seeing authority, following procedures, rules, and less independence and more structure. And that's the energy I'm getting from the Ardriavar here. So there we go. Here's our weekly reading. Two cards that really talked about paying attention to temptations and blocking ourselves off from these temptations. This card talking about a desire to do things our own way, to kind of follow a gut path instead of our gut feelings instead of what we're told to do, sort of intuition, but a warning to pay attention to how your choices are affecting others, and to pay attention to that more difficult road, because in the bigger picture here we're seeing it leading to something that's a little more real and solid than actually a lot more real and solid than this mirage. And finally, an energy of authority is coming up this week, and a following the rules, which is really in contrast with this card, because this card we're seeing someone who's wanting to do their own thing, and here we're seeing a need or an energy just coming in of following rules and procedure. and less independence and more structure. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I'm looking forward to doing the daily readings. Thank you so much, and blessed be.